So what about the news? ClickHouse has grown a lot, especially in year 2020 and 2021. The traffic has grown a lot. Hardware, the demand for hardware is also grown, and the demand for efficient data processing technologies like ClickHouse also has grown. So we decided to create our new company, ClickHouse Inc. What is ClickHouse Inc? This is the company that is 100% focused on ClickHouse, ClickHouse development, ClickHouse services. This is international, incorporated in the United States, independent company. If you know the history, you can remember that recently ClickHouse was Yandex ClickHouse, but now it is completely independent. It is ClickHouse. So now I work for ClickHouse inside ClickHouse, and ClickHouse is around me, just everywhere. We have headquarters in Amsterdam, but the company is 100% distributed. We can hire all over across the world. So what about people? First is myself, and also you can see this wonderful smiling people around me. These people are Aaron Katz, our CEO, and Yuri Izraelevsky, our president of engineering. Also, we have many of these wonderful faces, but the list is incomplete because we are hiring. We are, even while I prepared these slides, we hired many new people. So let me introduce, or better, let Aaron introduce himself. I will pause my screen sharing. So Aaron, would you mind to say a few words?
I'd be happy to. Thank you, Alexei, and congratulations to you and the entire team on this exciting release of 21.10. I especially want to call out Maxime Kita on the work that he did on user-defined functions, and I'm already seeing there's interest in the chat to learn more about user-defined functions, and also our wonderfully talented intern, Nikolai Degtorinsky, on text processing functions, two exciting features that we are releasing and excited to talk about today. So yeah, I joined forces with Alexei and with Yuri Izraelevsky to form a company around ClickHouse, seeing the popularity of the project and just the vibrant community that is formed around this open source project. And we're super excited to invest heavily in furthering development of the open source and to build a managed service in the cloud around ClickHouse. So with that, why don't I hand it over to my co-founder and the head of product and technology, Yuri.
Yuri, please.
Thank you, Alexei. Thank you, Aaron. Hello, everyone. Congratulations, first of all, on the new release. Very exciting. My name is Yuri Izraelevsky, and together with Alexei and Aaron, I'm a co-founder of ClickHouse Inc. I'm very excited to now be a part of the ClickHouse community. Personally, I've been around open source all my professional life, spent the last 25 years developing open source technology and building commercial services around them. Started my career writing Linux and BSD drivers and kernel modules. And then I worked on Hadoop at Yahoo and at Netflix. We open sourced a lot of different projects, including Chaos Monkey, Simian Army, many of the things I'm sure you've heard about. Most recently, I worked on Knative, Tekton, Kubernetes, Golang, and many other developer-oriented open source projects at Google. And I've seen all sorts of open source technologies and communities around them, some stronger and healthier than others. but I can confidently say that ClickHouse is by far the most dynamic and exciting open source project I've ever worked on. My first introduction to ClickHouse was a few years ago. I was at Google at that time, and my own brother, Ilya, was working at Uber, and he and his team were looking for ways to modernize their log management and analytics platform. And they did a bake-off. They tried different technologies, including ClickHouse. At that time, ClickHouse was not very well known in Silicon Valley, hardly at all. So it was a big surprise to many people when it came out as a runaway leader, offering by far the best query performance and the most efficient resource utilization for both compute and storage. And I remember my brother was asking me at that time if I knew anything about ClickHouse, and I didn't know anything yet, but it got me really, really curious. And after that, I kept hearing from lots of different companies, big and small, about their great experience using ClickHouse for all sorts of analytics use cases. So when an opportunity came up earlier this year to join Alexei and Aaron in building ClickHouse as a company around the project, I already knew it was something really worth exploring. But what really sealed the deal for me was actually downloading ClickHouse, spinning up a cluster, and giving it my best shot, giving it a test drive and trying to knock it over. I threw all sorts of queries at it, and it was just performing great. Nothing could happen to it. It was super reliable and lightning fast. And that's when I knew that if there was ever a project that it would be worth for me to leave Google for, ClickHouse would be it. And of course, as they say, the rest is history. Technology is great, but what really makes ClickHouse very special is the amazing community around it. Alexei started the project, but it's really the open source community, all of you guys, who got it to where it is today. And it is the key to our long-term success. Our company, as Alexei and Aaron said, very strongly committed to continue investing in the open source project and supporting the community around it. So I hope to get to know all of you, and all of us continuing to work together, learn from each other, support each other, and I'm sure together we'll build the most amazing analytics platform the world has ever seen. So thank you, and back to you, Alexei.
Okay, thank you. I want to say that in our company, for every employee, including C-level executive, does not matter, it is strictly required to actually play with technology, to actually understand the technology and understand it deeply. So let's continue. Thank you for introduction. I hope that most of you have joined our webinar, not only to hear about